Okay, welcome members of Phoenix, this is WhaleMilker 3000 and today I'll be showing you some of my attempts with the Order 66 raid using some characters that I have that just aren't really that geared up or reliced up, and I'm going to show you ways that you can still get a decent amount of points on tier 0 even without and even without any stellar gear on your characters. So I'm actually going to go back to this raid menu screen, and this is the squad that I'm using. So nothing special. I have a Grand Moff Tarkin at gear 12 but with no Zetas. I have a Nest with no Zetas. Then I have just, a gear 9 Apo, a gear 8 Depa, and a gear 9 Batcher. And these are just some random characters that I'm kind of picking that have abilities that are relatively useful for like general raid purposes, but I don't have squads that can actually benefit from having them. Like I have a full Jedi Vanguard squad over here, but I don't have Jedi Master Mace Windu, so Depa's just kind of there. I can't really use her for anything. Same thing with Apo. I don't really have any of the dark side clones farmed at all, and I don't have all of the members of the new Bad Batch. So I just have a bunch of characters lying around, but I have managed to find, some form of synergy that'll make it so that, I can get some points. And it really comes down to maximizing damage with how some kits synergize with each other. So I'm gonna just go into the battle and just show you what I mean. So most of y'all are familiar with like the Tarkin solo, where you use his special 2 intimidation tactics to stack up a bunch of potency, and then maybe you land like a basic or 2, and then you go with ultimate firepower and then nukes the entire squad. Well, if you don't have Zetas on Grand Moff Tarkin like I do, sorry, not like just no, if you don't have Zetas like I do, in this case that I don't have Zetas, then this is basically what I do. Like I just use a bunch of characters that have no other use and hope to get some scores with them. So I'm gonna use Apo's basic first. So if you read this part, it says during Apo's turn, call all other attacker allies with defense penetration up to assist. So I'm gonna do this, and you'll see that it'll call Nest to assist and land and expose and defense down. That's because the way I have this squad set up, Enfys Nest is the only one who can receive the defense penetration up. So it's just kind of like a way to get more damage on the field, because Tarkin and Nest are going to be my main form of dealing damage to get rid of Fox as fast as possible. I have Batcher here to just kind of get rid of buffs, but I'm pretty sure you can use someone like maybe Wrecker, and it could probably work as well. So Tarkin right now is filled with Order 66 and he's stunned, so that's not great. Usually when that happens, I just quit and go back in. We really don't want Tarkin to get Order 66 or for him to get stunned a lot. Preferably we would want that on somebody that we want to die, such as Apo, Depa, or Batcher. The 3 of them aren't actually necessary to beat the entire raid. I just kind of have them so that Lord Vader has like the max enrage counters, because if you go in with any form of Underman, then Lord Vader gets less stacks, and we don't like that. So with Depa, she has a healing immunity on her special 1, and you're going to see in a moment why that's pretty useful. Or not. Well, what Fox would have normally done in that situation is that he would have just thrown like a grenade, and it would have basically healed him up to max health. And usually when that happens, I just restart, because at that point Lord Vader's execute stacks would be way too low for me to go through another round of Fox, and that Jedi would be dead. But if he were to throw that grenade and Depa threw that healing immunity on him, then he wouldn't have been able to recover all of that health, and I would have had a shot to get rid of it. But in this case, I got extremely lucky. So we're just going to use the granted ability, and I'm just going to keep using Tarkin's basic to stack this blue status, the Grand Moff's attack, plus 100% potency. And we're just going to keep stacking potency until I can land as much like raw damage as possible. Depth is actually lasting way longer than I expected. So we're just going to do this again. This. I'm just gonna use a basic over here. The daze is very nice. That dodge wasn't nice though. But hopefully we can get Oppo down in time. Let's land this. Okay, that was good. So we're gonna use this granted ability, subdued. And now let's just work on all of the clones. We have a disguised clone trooper in stealth, so I'm just gonna do this. I don't like that they have retribution on them, and I don't want to give them any more excuse to crit me than they already do. But usually in this situation, it's pretty much game over. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to stack up full points. Now we just wait for you to come out of stealth, and we get rid of you. And we save the first Jedi. And rinse and repeat. Now it gets easy. We use intimidation tactics over here. Tarkin has 2 stacks of his Grand Moff's attack, so this should probably do a decent amount of damage. I guess not. But it shouldn't matter. Like, we've basically won. Because if you have like a decently modded Enfys Nest with like generally like health protection and a crit avoidance arrow if you can, Nest will not go down, and as long as Nest kind of stays alive, then you're kind of chilling. The AI does like to target Tarkin, so it's really good for Tarkin to just kind of be fast and get in as many hits as possible. I have had a bunch of other runs before I started recording, in which like Tarkin gets gunned down really quickly. So don't be disheartened if you see that like these attempts aren't really working. It's perfectly normal. This took me like about 3 tries to get this attempt down, but we've saved the second Jedi. We have Tarkin and we have Nest, but that's enough. Like that is enough to get this final wave done, because we're also kind of, I think, if I do recall, let's look at Dire Fortitude. Plus 35% crit chance, defense and offense, and whenever this character gains a buff, they also gain 10% crit damage stacking. So yeah, this part right here, I think that is just making him ramp up more and more as the battle goes on. So if you've survived this long, it should only get easier from here. So we just go in, take him out, and boom, last Jedi is saved. And we get a very funny cutscene where Lord Vader just says, "It's not worth my time." Truly one of the cutscenes of all time. But yeah, there you go. 300,000 with a bunch of random characters that aren't very leveled up. But if everybody in the guild is able to get like 300,000 in from a bunch of random characters, then it'll add up pretty quickly. I also do this with a bunch of other characters. It's much easier to do it when there's like very obvious synergy, like Jedi Vanguard. I am a horrible guildmate and didn't really level up my Jedi from the Naboo raid. And if you have been a good guildmate, then you should have Jedi relic for the Naboo raid. So this should only get easier for you. But you can use I'm a Gundai lead, which it's not a great lead. He has like Jedi allies to have 35% counter chance and 25% counter damage. And then if you throw in like Ayla or something like that, she also has counter chance and stun on all of her abilities. So you could do a thing like this squad where you will I think like when I tried the squad, one Jedi will definitely die, but you can save the other 2 Jedi and still walk away with, I want to say, like 245,000 points, which for like a Jedi squad like this without like Keller and Beck is pretty decent actually. And if you do have Relics Jedi, this should honestly just be much easier, and you should get 300,000 points using this comp right here. But yeah, that's basically my poor man's guide to Order 66. If you have any questions, be sure to, I guess, contact me in the guild chat, and hope to see you next time.